Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond Pixels podcast. Thank you for joining in. And today with me is my co host Anirudh Iyer.
What's up?
And our today's guest is Ayush Luther, who's a photographer and he was featured in our third edition. Say hi.
Hey guys, my name is Ayush and I'm a photographer.
Ayush, how are you?
I'm doing good.
Okay.
I've
How's
been good.
life? How was the pandemic for you?
Yeah, life is good. Just got done with my bachelor's last week.
Oh, that's nice. What degree?
So I finished my bachelor's of arts in English literature.
Oh, that's nice. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Finally, someone, a photographer doing arts.
हेलो तेरे सामने कौन बैठा है
हाँ तूने भी बट BMM
हाँ
arts
हाँ
sorry
हाँ
it's okay fine
it
it happens
it literally had multimedia in its name
it happens
or mass media something like that.
all right no issues.
Ayush,
Yeah.
what did you do in the pandemic?
So mostly I came to my hometown, which is away from the city. So I was mostly at home and I have 3 dogs to look after. So that in itself is a busy thing.
Okay. Yeah, so the photo that you submitted to us, it had a dog in it. So I'm assuming that's yours.
Yeah. He's one of the 3 dogs.
You have 3 dogs. That is nice. Okay. That's nice to hear.
Cute.
Yeah.
So Ayush, how did you start your photography journey?
So it all started 9 years ago. So before I used to live in Gujarat, in Surat.
Uh-huh.
So that time I was in, I think, 7th or 8th standard. So
Okay.
this one day I was out with my parents, like just around the city, went for some shopping. So my parents were busy and I was just getting bored. So I took my father's phone and I just opened the camera and I started clicking stuff around me, like the traffic and things around me, the people. And then I saw this watch. I mean, I was wearing a watch. So I thought I'll click a picture of the watch. And then I noticed that when I was clicking the picture of the watch, it showed me two different images. One focused on the needles inside and
Okay.
one focused on the lights above me. I was sitting in the shop. So one
Okay.
focused on the lights above me
The
and it
reflection.
reflected those. So it gave me two different angles, two different perspectives of looking at it. So that kind of interested me. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Maybe I should keep trying something. And from then, slowly, I just used to take my father's phone and just shoot random things for my curiosity. And from there, slowly, it turned into a hobby which I couldn't get rid of.
Okay, that sounds nice. A hobby that you can't get rid of.
Actually, the same. When I started photography and when I started to explore the manual mode, which like a lot of photographers don't know about, the mobile
Mobile photographers,
photographers,
yeah.
I started exploring with the manual mode. And the first photo that I clicked, it was of like plants in a like pot, and it was such a simple photo, but it was like very disgusting. So, which one was your first photo that you shot using manual mode, and how was it?
So back then, my father was using an iPhone 4. So as we know, iPhones don't have any manual mode. So I had to go to the App Store and download a third-party app, a manual. So I tried, and the first picture, as you said, it's always disgusting. So it was of a LED light,
Okay.
which when I realized that if I reduce the shutter speed, I could see
Hmm.
those inside. What do you call that? I forgot.
I guess that photo is like every photographer has tried it, like cranking down
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
shutter.
yeah.
One of the first things I ever
Yes.
Yeah,
did
and
with
the
my
I,
phone. Yeah.
Yes.
as usual, I played with the white balance. I put it full cool temperature, and the picture is like so blue.
Mm-hmm.
But it was interesting to see that you had this flexibility of doing things. And back then, as we all are noobs when we start up, so I had no idea of what I was doing. But then it's just that when you start something and you catch hold of its curiosity of what things it is capable of doing, you just don't back down. You just keep on exploring it.
Even I have used iPhone 4, I guess S variant. Not kind of sure about it.
Okay.
My best friend was having it, and I used it for shooting voices episodes. I kind of created like at 4 years ago. like when web series started coming into India. At that time, I was like
Okay.
quite excited. So, I created 4 horror episodes, which ultimately had the poorest actors in it and the poorest director. And
I don't think poor is the right word.
okay, so and that time I really didn't have any knowledge like how to shoot, but I had that feeling to create it. So I shot the whole
Yeah.
video using the iPhone 4S. That's what I remember about iPhone.
You know, the first time that I used an iPhone to click something, me and a schoolmate of mine, we are like family friends. We also made a short film. That was our first gig ever, and then that got selected in a film festival. And we were going from Mumbai
Oh
to Kochi.
wow.
Yeah, we were going from Mumbai to Kochi on a plane, and it was night. It was raining. Like it just started to rain, and then the guy, the actor, beside he was sitting beside me. He had an iPhone, so I told him, "Meko dena ek minute," and I borrowed it and I clicked the picture of the rain falling down in the windshield. Shallow depth of field हम लोग ने सबसे पहली बार तभी ये
Hmm,
किया
hmm,
था
hmm.
कि
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, my mind was blown. I was like, oh my god, this is legendary. I need to get this phone. Yeah, that was my first
Yeah.
experience with the iPhone.
It's always a delightful experience.
Yeah.
So what do you actually do? What do
Yeah.
you work for?
As I said, I just finished studying and not planning to work anytime soon. I'll be doing my master's next. Photography for now is a hobby, and like I think of it as a hobby.
Which was your breakthrough photo that got so many likes that you didn't even expected? Like, अरे इसको इतना सारा likes कैसे मिल गया? मैंने तो ऐसे क्लिक किया था.
There were quite a couple of them. Like, of course, Instagram back then, likes was a big thing.
Yes.
Even today it is. But then there's a certain thing that there's like you post a picture and you have expectations from it that this might blow up or people will like this, and then it doesn't. And then there are certain pictures that you just click out of leisure, like this looks good, I'll just upload this, and that blows up. So the dog picture which I put of my dog,
Hmm.
that was a very casual one. I had no expectations from it. It was just his birthday. It was his first birthday.
Oh,
And he's
that's
my favorite dogs of the three.
Yeah, yeah. The
So that
good
was
boy.
the sole
Yeah.
reason for me posting it. And then that led to so many things that I didn't expect. Keeping out the likes thing, like that didn't receive much likes, but it received a reach and an exposure. You can say it like that.
So how did your parents and
Yeah.
your peers react to your new hobby?
To be honest, they are very supportive. Like my dad is always very supportive of everything that I have interest in. Like he'll always ask if you want to buy anything, you need anything. Every time we go, if we're going to a different place, he'll say, "Come along. There might be good views that you can click pictures." Like anything is so that they are very supportive.
Okay, that's nice. How did your friends react to you getting so much reach on that particular photo?
Yeah, they were in fact very happy, and they're like
happy
whoever around
or
me.
happy in sense or burning inside? Like इसको कैसे मिल गया ये सब?
You know that meme that immediately
not
came
not
into my
really, not
mind,
really.
like happy face
The,
in samne mask mein, and then
Hmm.
in back mein वैसे जल रहा है jealousy wala.
I don't know about the mask thing, but as far as I've seen, most of them were like genuinely happy and they expressed through text and everything.
Me sobbing in corner.
And even some of them even called and had conversations about it, like tell me about it, how did it happen,
Damn.
etc., etc.
All right, so talking about the conversation, can you tell in your own words what happened next after you posted that particular picture?
My dog's picture.
Yeah, your dog's picture, the good boy on his birthday.
Okay, yeah. So it was his birthday. It was a nice evening. Usually the evenings are cloudy, but this time it was very golden and the sun was rich. So I just asked my sister to hold the dog and while I took pictures of him. Those shots came out so good I didn't feel like editing them. Tip, not tip, what do you call?
Those
Just
were
a
not
bag.
edited photos.
The exactly, yeah, yeah. None of those were edited. There's no filter, you can see. I just took it from the camera folder and straight on Instagram. And of course, dogs means you know one thing that if you want people to like your pictures, upload a dog photo because everyone likes dogs.
Yeah.
That's one thing I've noticed throughout my time on Instagram that when I upload a dog photo, it gets good reach and people like it. So this got good reach, and then in a week's time, I got a mail from Mother UK. It's something to do with Samsung. I'm not very sure, but yeah, and it was from Samsung UK. A person from there he sent an email and he asked, "We like this picture. We'd like to feature it on our page." So they sent me a document and they asked me to fill it up and they asked for the original picture, the document. And so happened. So I thought it must be just a normal feature on a page.
Hmm.
So I sent it and all, and I was happy with that. I was like, oh, I didn't expect this to be featured on Samsung page, but cool, that's fine. So I sent it, and then in 2 to 3 days, the message was very unclear because since it was like a very official speaking, like it was not casual, so I couldn't talk freely. At one point, they asked questions of about the picture. They asked a set of 5 to 6 questions, and like how did you think of taking this picture, and what vibes does this picture give you, etc. They ask certain questions, so I answered them and I sent it back. And then like this kept happening for a week,
Hmm.
mails front and back. And then there was a gap, so I was waiting like what's happening and all, because I didn't know properly. Then I got received one mail that your picture will be used for a song, and that mail didn't have anything to do with Samsung. It was from an executive, but it didn't mention anywhere that they're related to Samsung. So
Okay.
for one second, I thought this might be a spam or something, and it was a fake account. So I ignored it.
Yeah.
But then they sent another email.
Okay.
Hello, like, are you there, or will you be sending it? So I thought maybe I should just send it because I like at the max what they can do with a photo.
Hmm.
And they said that you will be using yours for a song, and I said okay, I'm cool with it. They asked for permission, I just granted it. I said okay, yeah, it's fine. So I didn't know that there was this song production going on and stuff.
Did you
So that again
like?
took time.
Did you earn something from that?
No, it was for their promotional campaign, Samsung's promotional campaign. So they were taking pictures from people who used Samsung products for this campaign. It was a new campaign that they started. They mentioned about it in the terms and conditions, so it was fine.
Yeah, the terms and conditions said
Anyway,
you
so
won't be paid, and yeah,
yeah,
correct.
yeah, yeah. So there was a break, almost a week or week and a half. So I almost forgot about it. And then one day, yeah, a week later, I received a mail that the video will be dropping tomorrow. We can't show you since it's exclusive, but we're just letting you know. And till then, I didn't even know that they're related to Samsung. I thought it's a different person, and they want this picture for their, album cover or song cover or something,
Hmm.
cover art. So I was like, okay, fine. And then the next day, they sent me the link, and I opened this, and it was just a audio song. And then even in that guy, the singer's name is Sam Henshaw. So I checked that, and below there were links of Samsung. Like okay, these two are collaborated. So
Okay, so it was basically a
and then
collaborative song video like that.
yes. And then I received a follow-up mail that we'll be dropping a video on
Hmm.
this, and would you be okay if we use your name in it? I'm like, yeah, cool, why not? Who wouldn't want their name to be in a Samsung ad? So I said, yeah, I'm cool with it. And again, this whole thing took a long time. It almost went for about 3 to 4 weeks on
Hmm.
the stretch. The video release was the final part of it, and throughout the video, they showed pictures of the dog picture, which I clicked.
Hmm.
It's there in different stills throughout the video, and in the end, they even mentioned my name. It's like it was like a part in a video.
So it was
So
like
yeah, that was
you
how.
were proud to be a part of that video.
Yeah, I was really. I
Okay.
mean, it was quite a big thing. I never experienced such thing before.
Yeah,
So it was really
that must have been
a
a pleasant
great
surprise
experience.
for everyone.
Yeah, it really was.
So how did your parents react to this thing?
They were very happy. They're like, send me the mail, and they sent it to all my family groups, all their friends and everyone. They're like, look, my son clicked this picture and it got featured here, and they're like
This boy is
just
so damn
talking about
lucky.
it the whole time. Yeah.
So you started your photography journey 9 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it's been a very peaceful journey, and you have been doing it so long. So which is that
Yeah.
one genre that you think that you love the most?
I love travel photography and I love street photography. These two are my favorite genres because everything's happening in front of you. It's up to you on how you decide to bring the life out of the scene that's in front of you.
It's like everything is in motion continuously,
Yeah.
and you are the
Like
one
it's in
who
your
has
hand
to.
how you want to frame this scene,
Yes,
how you want to frame a picture, how you want to bring out the story from it. Because there's a lot of happening at one time.
Makes sense, makes sense. So, is there a genre that you despise?
I wouldn't say it's not that I hate it. It's not that I despise, but
You don't prefer to do it. Like,
yeah, I would not prefer to do it. That is wedding photography.
I would like to point something out. You know the point that you
Yeah,
told about street photography and travel photography. that everything is happening
Hmm.
in front of you, and you need to frame
Yeah.
it as you like. That could apply to
Hmm.
wedding photography as well.
That could. I agree with that.
Yeah, everything
That
is
could.
in motion, and you frame it according to you.
I mean, I have so many friends who do wedding photography, and their work is really good. Like the way they bring out the story of the couple or anything that's happening. It is good. It is really good.
Okay, so
But then
is there something specific that you don't prefer to do in wedding photography?
I would relate it to, as families we attend weddings. It's just that when you see these people posing, I just feel like at one point they begin to mock photography in it. It's not that all photographers are bad. I mean, most of the weddings I've been to, these photographers are just for namesake. They click pictures for namesake. I don't see the passion in them. And this one thing leads to a career. People think that, okay, I can click pictures for a wedding for a person who's getting married and I can earn money out of it. And their main motive behind it could be that earning money. So they
Mm-hmm.
might not put the motive of passion into it. They might not put their full passion into clicking the picture. They won't give that much efforts.
Mm-hmm.
But in their mind is that, okay, I'm making money out of it. I have to do it. So I'll
But
do it.
wedding photography is mostly for making memories and capturing those memories and keeping it.
Yeah, right, right.
Okay, so I get why you don't like to do this stuff, but I've done wedding photography in the beginning. That is how I got started. In wedding photography, there are two types. You told this, and मेरे को अभी याद
Hmm.
आया. There are the types that the people who asked for poses, and there are the second type of photographers are
Yeah,
called candid photographers. Okay, they don't use a
candid.
flash.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, they don't use a flash. They don't use lights. They have the biggest
Yes,
camera they can get on hand. Like they'll usually get a 5D Mark 4 or something like that. Big cameras, big lenses,
yes,
and they'll do all the atrangi poses you see on TikTok. Like they'll find weird
yeah, yeah, yeah.
angles. They'll go and from second floor
Those
se niche un log lenge photo.
those are the pictures I admire
Yeah,
in a wedding photography. Those
I know, I
pictures
know.
are something that sets it apart from the normal ones that you see daily.
Exactly. So I get what you were trying to say because I've been in this situation. I've been one of those people. Yeah.
Yeah,
So if you got a chance to capture the wedding of one of your friends, would you do it?
I would do it, but then I have no experience in wedding photography, so I don't want to ruin their special day.
But you do have the experience of taking pictures of people at the right moment, right?
Yeah, but then like it said, you need to be at the right angle,
बंदे का ब्रेकअप हुआ है.
and then no, no, no. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है.
Whenever he goes to a
But
wedding, he goes to an
you know
existential crisis.
when
He's a shy person. I
अभी
feel
बोल
you. I
सकता
feel
हूँ.
you. I understand.
ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. But street पे you move around, nobody cares. इधर इधर लग गया, गिर गए, कोई देखेगा नहीं. शादी में कोई वायर पे you trip on a wire, you fall down, finish. That's it.
शादी में सबसे बुरी बात खाने के ऊपर रहती है.
Yeah, yeah, that is one of the
Yeah, shooting
biggest.
people who eat.
That is one of the
Yes.
biggest plus points for
खाते
wedding
रहो और
photography.
खाते रहो और तुम्हारा फोटो निकल रहा है.
Okay, that is the biggest plus point for wedding photography because you get free food. सब ये सब experience से आ रहा मेरे को.
Till now I haven't, but now I can.
Yeah. So I think wedding photography could be a little bit easier, as compared to street because every condition is under you actually. I mean, you have control of the situation.
Yeah,
If you want to make people get out of the way, तुम लोग you can say, भैया side हटो ना. In street, you
yeah, yeah,
can't do
yeah.
that. In the street,
Yeah, the
you
difference
are the
is
part of the
in
street.
wedding photography, you know what is going to happen next.
Exactly.
And street, you don't know what's going to happen next.
Also, when people see a photographer in the wedding, they make way. Like
Yeah,
drivers are
yeah,
supposed to
true.
when they see an ambulance. And in the street, it the opposite happens. You're stuck among the crowd.
Right. तो बीच में आ जाते हैं.
Okay, so as you said that you love street photography, so which was the best moment and which was the best place, like the best photo that you ever clicked? Street photo.
Yeah, this is one of my best photos. Not even in street, but in general. It's a picture of an old man
Mm-hmm.
trying to stop the bus, but
Mm-hmm.
the bus leaves. And
Oh,
it's kind of a long exposure because it was at night. It was in evening. It was the dark hours.
okay. So
Like the
you
sun had
mean
set, so
the
the sky was turning from blue to
bus was in
night.
motion like that?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like he was shouting for the bus to stop, but the bus didn't stop. And you can see the light tail of the bus leaving, and the guy slightly blur, but he's reaching out for the bus to, make it stop. And he's an old man, and next to him is a man standing on a bike. Like, it just portrays a really good image.
What is your inspiration for photography? Do you have any favorite people or favorite pictures that you look up to?
Yeah, inspiration तो बहुत सारे हैं. Treat के लिए है Steve McCurry,
Good one,
then
good one.
Vineet Vora. These two are one of the biggest inspirations for me in street. And I'm not sure if you know, but Audi Photography, Aditya Venkatesh.
Yes, yes, yes. I know. I used to be on Facebook.
His pictures are crazy. I can't put in words how detailed and how good he thinks of every picture before clicking them. Like, I'm just a fan of his pictures, the way he shoots. Like, that's my ideal, inspiration. Like,
Are you
अगर
talking
photo
about
खींचना है तो
that
इसके
guy
बाद.
whose Instagram username is Audi Photography?
Audi Graphy, his
Audi
name is.
Yes.
Graphy, yeah,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one,
yeah.
that.
Yeah, he used to be on
Audi
Facebook, and
Photography.
I think we used to be Facebook friends also. जब मैंने शुरू किया था. Now I'm not on Facebook, so
Oh,
I'm
okay,
out of
okay.
touch. Yeah.
I discovered him on Instagram. And then Haram Khor, पता है आपको?
हाँ,
Yes,
Haram
yes,
Khor is,
yes.
yeah. Everybody knows Haram
Ganesh
Khor.
Manare.
Haramkhor and
Yeah.
Sadak Chap and then
Yeah.
Roshagulla and all of those.
Rasgulla.
That's a
It's a
team
whole
actually.
clan. Their pictures are good. Yeah, he hosted quite a couple of photo walks which I had attended.
So, is there anyone whose technique you love the most and you have been like, I want to try it, and you have tried it?
Okay, yeah. So I don't know if you have heard of Eighth Daman
Okay.
and Brandon Wolfel. Brandon Wolfel, of course, everyone must have heard of him. But these two
Yeah.
photographers, they have this certain theme in their throughout their pictures, which just makes it, you know, जैसे कि एक पिक्चर को देख के समझ जाता है कि हाँ ये इसका वर्क है. Like, you look at a certain picture and you can understand, yeah, this is a work of Brandon Wolfel or this is a work of Aid Damon. So I have tried of Brandon Wolfel. His pictures are too good. Like, वो देख के मतलब you can't find any flaws.
How exactly did you emulate their technique?
YouTube, हाँ, of course, YouTube पे search किया था मैंने how to click pictures like Brandon Wolfel. And one technique I learned from there was adding layers to a picture. Like, you hear Brandon Wolfel, you hear
Hmm.
Boca, what did you say?
Bokeh.
Yeah, bokeh.
So that's his specialty.
Mm-hmm.
And वो मैंने try किया था. I tried adding layers to my pictures. Some turned out good. Some turned out like I need to work upon this. But then one thing that I realized that I hadn't been using all this while was the curves feature.
Mm-hmm.
अभी most basic apps, PhonePe, Snapseed, and Lightroom.
Yes.
So I used to always ignore the curve option and just skip to the next one.
Just like me.
तो एक दिन मैं ट्राई कर रहा था curve features. So I saw the RGB and the luminance. And पहले it was confusing. It was very confusing because थोड़ा ये ऊपर किया तो पूरा feel बदल रहा है, पूरा tone
हाँ,
बदल रहा है.
हाँ.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the color theory
Whereas,
in itself is very confusing. I get what you say. हाँ.
right. You don't know which side of the curve you put up and down to get a certain color because it's mixed up. It's all
Yeah,
very technical.
yeah. It's very, very technical. Yeah.
So I started experimenting with it, and I noticed that if you work little upon the curves, you can get amazing moody tones and moody colors for your pictures through that. Although I didn't end up coming to the like even relating my pictures to what Brandon Wolf's type was, but I ended up creating something of my own, like, making presets for myself, saving it on Lightroom, and you can create a whole bunch of different colors that can express different moods through curves, the
Okay.
RGB curves.
Okay. So, do you
Those
have
are
a
very helpful.
signature color, or do you have a signature tone of yourself?
I do have it. It's moody green, moody greenish blue. I try not to use it all the time, but whenever I can for the picture, if I find it perfect, I do.
Yeah, it sounds moody.
Yeah.
So, where do you see yourself in future?
So I've always thought of photography as a side hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And since I like it and I love doing it, so it'll be there for a long time. But if at any point I come to a situation where I'm able to make money out of it, I will. Regardless of whatever I do as my main job, photography will always be there on the side.
All right. So, what do you think is the next big thing for mobile phone photography? Since it's been booming for the last couple of years, and you have the upper hand in this genre.
As we've seen, people are just putting lenses on lenses on lenses. पहले एक था फिर दो अभी last year a couple years ago Nokia came a phone with 5 lenses.
Yeah.
So
I have also seen a phone
that
where
was
there are like
terrible.
7 or 8 lenses. Like the phone ka pura background mein there are like it's a whole
Yeah,
ऐसा पूरा.
the L16 I think.
Yeah, I know.
My goodness, what's like
Yeah.
क्या काम का है वो इतना सारा?
वो मल्टीपल फोकल लेंस के लिए.
One big thing that shut down those were the Google Pixel 4a, if you have heard of it.
Yeah, that was
That
Yes.
supposed
has
to be
one
my
lens.
phone. Yeah.
That has one lens, but so many reviewers on YouTube they said that that alone beat phones which just gimmicked or said they have three lens, four lens, hyping the public up that it's a better camera because it has more lenses.
Because why it is happening? It's because like they work on algorithms of you making the camera better. They have been like using the same lens and the camera since like the Pixel 2a, I
Yeah,
guess. But they have been
right, right.
only improving the algorithm. That's it.
Yep. So the big thing like now S21 Ultra is supports 4K, so maybe 8K video might be the next big thing. As an upgrade, I wish that phones would support a higher ISO range with less greens, because that would be a big thing.
So that was supposed to be our next question. If you would want to upgrade to a better phone just for a better camera, would you do so?
Yep, I would do, surely.
And which will be that phone?
Currently, I think the S21 Ultra is a great deal.
Okay, and why would that be?
I think for me, it's personally for me, I like the double telephoto lens. They
Mm-hmm.
have two telephoto lens at 3x and 10x.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and those can be helpful.
Did you see this like
Features.
features like somewhere?
I saw it on the ad, but then, like I said, audio photography, he gets the Samsung phones for using in trial. So when seeing his comparison of how he took the photos, that was really intimidating. Like makes you think of how good shots you can take if you have that access, if you're accessible to that feature.
Okay, so we were just talking about what phone manufacturers do to their cameras and how they sell it. You know, how they use the camera as a marketing gimmick to sell their phone. So, do you think more
True.
photographers are falling for it, or you are falling for it right now?
I could be, and photographers could be.
Yeah,
So, like most of photographers, they collab with brands.
yeah, exactly.
Like
They
Vivo,
collab with
Oppo
brands and
mostly.
they get their phones free to shoot the
Yeah,
review and shoot the photos. But you would be
and
using
they
your
hire
own
it
money to
up to
buy.
their fans.
So if you think that you are falling for a marketing gimmick, then why don't you think that you want to upgrade to a DSLR?
Actually, I would not mind both. Although, like since I'm used to clicking pictures on a phone,
Mm-hmm.
I would prefer upgrading to a better phone with a better camera. But if I have a chance of getting a better DSLR, I will, because that's where the real stuff lies. You can say all this phone photography, but you know that it's nothing compared to clicking pictures on an actual
अब आई ना
DSLR.
बात ट्रैक पे. Okay.
I
So
think probably the biggest misconception people have of mobile phone gimmicks are the numbers on megapixel.
yes,
Exactly.
exactly.
Like
Exactly.
Redmi ने 50 megapixel, 64, अभी
108.
108 megapixel
108.
निकला है.
Yes.
Like it's just numbers that hype people up so much. वो खरीद लेते हैं. उनको पता नहीं है कि it's the same thing. उनको पता नहीं कि iPhone has 12 megapixel और उनके pictures उनसे better है.
Yeah. Also this marketing gimmick also reminds me something. जो 108 मेगापिक्सल है सिर्फ वो एक ही कैमरा का है. बाकी जो 2 3 4 5 6 कैमरास होते हैं उसके 12 4 6 2 ऐसे मेगापिक्सल्स होते हैं.
Right,
So
right.
the first camera is going to click decent pictures. All the other cameras are going to give you
Yes,
crap results.
yes, absolutely. And
So
people fall for it because
yeah, does your
it's
phone have a macro camera? A camera that is specifically for macro?
no, it doesn't have a macro camera, but it shows good macros.
Okay, so I'm thankful that your phone does not have a macro camera because on every phone that has a macro camera that I have tried or my
It's a
friends have
big
owned,
gimmick nowadays.
it is a very big gimmick and the camera is actually crap. It's only 2 megapixels. It's actually
Yeah,
crap. You don't get
the biggest
usable
gimmicks
results.
in
Yeah.
So should I
true.
start sobbing in corner right now? Because my phone has a 2 megapixel macro camera.
That is what exactly what I'm saying. The macro camera is
Yes.
that small.
No,
It's not unusable.
yeah, it is basically.
See, your phone has a macro camera, but you still got a 2000 rupees ka lens for your
Mm-hmm.
main camera to shoot macro, right?
Yes.
Why?
Because
True.
the
Because it's a gimmick.
yes, it is.
As simple as
It
that.
sucks. Yeah, these are the biggest gimmicks. The macro cameras, the monochrome sensors, and all. These are just numbers.
Even the
They don't
telephoto sensors that you
add to
mentioned
anything.
on the S21, do you think
Yeah,
the sensor behind the lens is actually the same as the main one?
I mean, they tell it in a way that I believe, and the results somewhat make up for it. But I don't have any knowledge in that, so I'm not sure if it is what it means to be.
Yeah. Okay.
But by the looks of it and what it portrays, it does look good.
All right. Sure.
Okay, so as you were saying that you have been like loving the telephoto lens of the Samsung S21. So, do you want that feature for something like a dream shot or a bucket shot that you want to click? Or rephrasing the question, do you have a beyond pixel shot?
Oh yeah, I do. It's an interesting and a sad one. It was supposed to be taken last year. If you know the Neowise comet,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
so
I know.
that was my bucket list. I was really rooting to get a shot of that. And so the whole duration, I think almost for 1 to 2 weeks, that they said this comet will be visible to the naked eye. Every evening, I would go on the terrace and wait to see it. And every day I failed. Like I used to go to different places. I used to go to places with less pollution, go to side away from the city, go to a field where there's no interruptions. And every day I sit there till it becomes dark, and I would never see it. I downloaded apps to track it on the this one. What do you call those apps?
Star Trek, something like
No,
that.
Astro
Yeah,
Tracker
Star
something.
Astro
Tracking,
Track.
Star
Star
Yeah.
Tracking.
Tracking, Star Trek. I downloaded those apps and I even tried to check over there, but I just couldn't see it. And that was supposed to be my dream shot, which I really wanted to get, but I couldn't. So
Yeah. So one of
bucket
my
list
dream shots
shot.
is to capture the Halley's comet. Do you know what that is?
Yeah.
It comes around the Earth every 75 or 76 years.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
So yeah, if we get a chance, we should go to shoot that comet together one day.
Sure thing.
Speaking of chances, I hope you have a chance to capture that comet again very soon.
Yeah. Fingers crossed.
Thank you so much for joining, Ayush. This conversation was so much fun. And we hope we could talk to you again in person someday.
Yep, sure. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us, everyone. This is Anirudh, and with me is Vinayak, and we are signing off. Take care, stay hydrated. We'll see you very soon. Bye.
Bye.